What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Kermillion. I am back after so damn long. I know life has just been dealing me some fucked up hands as of recently. It's like I'm stuck in the vortex. I'm just trying to backdash out the shit, and I'm at the wall, and I can't sidestep because every move is tracking. Anyway, enough self-deprecating humor. With E3 almost here and Evo this year, as we're getting into the warmer seasons in the springtime, it left me to think about Tekken 8 and if and when it's going to be announced. And after going back and revisiting all the older Tekken games that I love, like Tekken 4, Tekken Tag, Tekken 3, it left me thinking. Even Tekken 6, it got me to think. There's 5 things that Tekken 7 or Tekken 8 should bring back to the game, or pretty much what I'm going to title this video is, and I'm going to put it up on the screen, 5 things Tekken 8 should bring to the game, or should I say 5 new things Tekken 8 should have. Whatever one works better. But let's just get started with the list. Number 5, I would say, bring back personalized customizations for characters. And I'm gonna explain what I mean. In Tekken 6 probably has the best customization there has ever been in a Tekken game, because every character had their own specific customizations that were unique to them, and there was a huge selection of things you can do with those characters. You couldn't make all the characters look the same. The issue I had with Tekken Tag 2 and Tekken 7's customization, besides the customization theme for Tekken Tag 2, that is a fucking banger, but for Tekken Tag 2 and Tekken 7, everyone's customizations given from female to male, they're pretty much almost identically all the same. It's like you could pretty much make every character look the same, and it removes the sense of creativity that you can make your character look like, or how you want to express you want your character to look in lots of ways. And it's a small thing, it's not nothing huge, but like I miss some of the old customizations, like Bestial Deviljin or Elegant Lee and stuff like that, or Eddie with a damn afro and a gold chain, as fucking stereotypical as that is. But like you can do stuff like that. Every character had their own specific things. Like, don't get me wrong, at Tekken Tag 2 they had people had like 1 or 2 specific like customization things you can unlock for them, like Violet's icon costume, or Kazuya's tuxedo and whatnot and so forth. But still, like it's much to be desired as what it used to be in Tekken 6. So that's one thing I will say, is that they really need to bring back personalized customizations for each character, so then every character feels unique. Besides just their playstyle, you can make them look a whole lot different, and that's not a big deal. But that's pretty much what I want to say for number 5. Number 4, bring back more local player modes, or more single player modes, or more multiplayer modes offline instead of just playing online. For instance, bring back survival mode, bring back team battle, hell, bring back Tekken Ball, because no one cared about Tekken Ball. No one cared about it. Only time people cared about Tekken Ball was literally in Tekken Tag, which was the best version of it. But besides that, no one really cares about Tekken Ball. There's really no reward of playing it. You don't feel no self-fulfillment in playing it. In Tekken Tag 1, it was so unique, because if you played as Brian, Jack, Yoshimitsu, they had their special laser sights, because they're cyborgs and robots. But every character had different stats when it came to playing in Tekken Ball. When in Tekken 7, it's just you pick a character that you want to play bowling with, essentially. But off that subject, pretty much bring back survival mode. No one really cares about Ghost Battle and unlocking certain things in Tekken Tag, Tekken 7, certain costume things. But realistically, if you just played the game and got over 1,000 games or whatever, you unlock everything. So it defeats the purpose of it really defeats the purpose of doing Ghost Battle. It really does, especially if you have all the DLC. It defeats the purpose of it. So it is what it is. Team battle is pretty fun, and you can re-innovate that, and you can bring that stuff to online. Hell, bring back Tekken Force. What they did with Scenario Campaign is such an amazing thing that I wish they would have brought that back and made it more oh yeah, we brought this back for Tekken Force. But this time it's imagine playing through Tekken Force online or offline with a friend, and it's like you could either do like an endless thing where it's like wave after wave of enemies and you fight a random character in the roster with a friend, you know, like co-op Tekken Force. Because in Tekken Tag, I keep saying Tekken Tag, Tekken 6, you could do scenario campaign online, but there's only like 6 levels you could go through, and it was like whatever. So it really was like, they wouldn't put that much time in or care into the cooperative part into it. But they can do that now, whether online or offline, and you can do that. It'd be sick, and there's so much you can do with it now that I wish they would bring that back. There's like time attack really doesn't matter for the speedrun demons out there. I don't think anyone cares about time attack, but team battle in like survival mode, and probably bring up like some other, like pretty sure they create something, but some other like game mode that you can bring that gives the game more replayability besides just wanting to play online all the time, you know. And because in Tekken 7 there is literally no single player or local content to play besides just versus mode and ghost battle or arcade mode, and it leaves the game, if you don't want to play online and you'll have no one to play with, you pretty much just don't play Tekken, because no one's going to sit there and either going to be training and grinding out, or you're not playing, or you're training or grinding out playing online, or you're just not playing the game because no one's playing ghost battle or arcade mode. So pretty much bring back more local multiplayer modes, and gives the game more replayability besides just playing online. Now number three, I want to put this higher. I really do, but I'm just gonna leave it here. Number 3, they honestly should remove rage art, but keep rage drives. Rage drives, don't get me wrong, I like rage arts in Tekken, I really do, but honestly, I feel like if we've gotten to a point now where it's all like no one at high level really uses them so much, more or less to style, but it's just a small thing, I guess. So I would just say leave rage drives, because rage drive lead to so much more. They lead to more combo ability, you know, bigger damage. There's like some stupid setups you can do with a lot of people's rage drives, but instead of rage art, it's like, nah, like I'd rather just leave rage drives in there but remove rage arts. That's pretty much all there is to that, essentially. But yeah, that's a quick one. I don't know why I said I want to put that higher, but like, yeah, remove rage arts, but just keep rage drives for Tekken 8. That's probably what it is. Number 2, please, oh please, and this is one of my big things right here. Number 2, can we please give characters their own personalized themes like they did back in the day? Like, it seems like ever since like Tekken 3, all that's been gone. Like, no character has their specific themes anymore, which I thought was amazing. From Tekken 1 all the way to Tekken 3, even in Tekken Tag, characters had specific their stages. Certain characters had certain stages with their theme. But like every character from subsequent Tekkens like 1, 2, and 3 had their own themes. You know, they really much had their own theme songs, which made the character, it made you envision like what the characters' personalities are like. Like when you in Tekken 3, when you hear Nina's theme, it sounds like a smooth, jazzy, fucking espionage spy type of theme song, which she is. She's an assassin, so you can tell that's her theme song. Then you hear Jin's classic Tekken 3 theme, and then Lei's Tekken 3 theme, or like regardless if it's Tekken 3 or Tekken 2, but everyone's theme song, everyone's personalized theme fit their character very much perfectly. Well, some more than others, but still, like, I wish that's something they brought back. And that leads to extension. They should also bring back, which they did this in Tekken 7, but I feel like they can do it a lot better, which is the round progression music, and change how the music music is. Because in Tekken 7, it's more like electronic type of, like, I want to say electronic techno. I don't know what the specific genre of it is, but all I know is that like all the songs pretty much the soundtrack in the whole game pretty much bleeds and sounds somewhat the same in a sense. And it's not a bad thing, because I like Tekken 7's soundtrack, but it could be a whole lot better. Instead of having a lot of the songs sound almost identical or have like the same feel to them. That's more of an aesthetic thing to me. But they should bring back character themes and bring back a different sense of style when it comes to the soundtrack when it comes to Tekken 8. I really hope they change things up when it comes to that. So that's number 2. And number 1, coming in at the number 1 spot, and oh boy, I'm going to try my best not to rant about this, but please, oh please, oh please, can we please give all their characters their unique backstories in games again? What I mean about that is, if you're going to play through arcade mode or whatever mode they're going to have in Tekken 8 with their character, please give them a story besides the little crappy character episodes we got in Tekken 7 just for the sake of cinematics. None of those really made sense and nobody cared. Like Josie fighting Kuma, really? Like, don't get me wrong, there was a lot of the Tekken 7 cinematics were goofy as fuck. Like Josie and Kuma, fucking Lily and fucking Eliza. Like, a lot of them were just really ridiculously goofy that made these characters that you grew to love from Tekken 1 all the way up until now, who every time you've played as them, whether story mode or arcade mode, you knew what their motivations were, why they were joining the tournament, why they were doing what they do, and it transferred over into other games. So you generally cared about these characters and their progression into the next game. You cared about their motivations, you cared about their well-being, you cared about their drive. You wanted to see them succeed, and you wanted to see what it looked like at the end of their playthrough and see if they would get what they wanted, rather if it was canon or not canon. It made every character's story feel so much unique, because they are unique, they're all different characters. But all that in Tekken 7 got thrown out of the window because of the story mode. Don't get me wrong, the story mode for Tekken 7 was amazing. I loved it. But like all these other characters that you brought in, like these new characters, no one knows a damn thing about. Like, we all know is that Katarina's dad is Gigas. Why is Gigas the way he is? And it's not fleshed out at all. Why is Katarina the way she is? Not fleshed out at all. Who the fuck is Josie? Not fleshed out at all. Lucky Chloe? Not fleshed out at all. Fucking... There's so many things with these characters that don't make any sense, that they really could have drove home. These characters all have their own unique stories that matter. They don't gotta be canon, but look at Tekken 6. Everyone in that game's story, their endings, rather if it's fucking serious, hokey, goofy, whatever, all their endings fit their personalities and fit their endings for the most part. It fits their drive, or why they're there, or why they're in the tournament in the first place. Like, it just makes sense, you know. And I miss that about older Tekken games. Like Tekken 5, you go through Tekken 5 and Tekken 4, especially with their prologue and epilogue, you cared a lot about what they did. Like for me, Tekken 4 Brian's story really got me. Same with Tekken 4 King Armor King gets murdered, and he knows who did it, and King knows who did it, and he bails out Marduk. He literally bails him out of jail so he can fight him in a tournament and kill him. And then in his story, you see him go to the hospital to try to kill Marduk, but he doesn't, because he knows he has a family, and if he kills him, he'll be the same person that Craig was when he took King's family away from him, which is Armor King, his mentor, his master. Those things like that matter to a story, especially with character development. A lot of that stuff matters. Now we just got King fighting against Jack using Marduk and Armor King's moves, who ended up being in the game later on anyway. So it never really made much sense. But that is, again, I feel like I'm ranting, but please, for the love of all that is holy, please give these characters their stories that they rightfully deserve again in these games. They really deserve to have their backstories expressed. Let us care about these characters, because right now they're just pretty much just functions on some, you know, combo fiend type shit. They're just functions. Like, you really don't care about the character that much. You're like, oh, I like their playstyle and I like their design. That's it. There's a lot of characters I like. I like Kazumi because she's Kazuya's mom and she's a female Mishima, and she's somewhat a part of the story, and she hired Akuma to go kill Heihachi, which is why I like the character. But like, if you just put some random character, like, who knows what the fuck is Lydia's story? No one fucking knows. Who the fuck is Fakaram? No one fucking knows. But you would love to know where their origins are and what characters or why they're in the tournament, who they are. Why the fuck does Fakaram get airlifted and dropped in from a fucking helicopter, tied the fuck up, and he has lightning coursing through his body with scars all over him. Why is that? It's small things like that I guess some people don't give a fuck about, but that's something I really do. When I play fighting games, I love fighting games, but I also love a good story in a fighting game. And Tekken has one of the greatest stories in fighting game history next to Mortal Kombat. I love the lore of Tekken, not just the Mishima lore, but like the lore in general, because I know a lot about these characters. From Tekken 1 all the way till now, the story really much matters to me a whole lot. But again, we'll see where it goes when Tekken 8 gets announced, if and when it does. But those are my 5 things that I want them to bring back / remove from Tekken. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to name this, but whatever it is, probably just going to name it 5 things I want in Tekken 8. Or 5 things Tekken 8 should bring back. Whatever it is, you get the point. But again, this video is going on way too long. I'm gonna just get on out of here. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I know it's been a while, but I'm back to making content, fleshing out some stuff for y'all, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out. Love y'all.